Nope is written and directed by Jordan Peele, who of course did Get Out and Us, and I gotta say, I think this is one of my favorite films of the year so far. The film centers on OJ and Emerald Haywood, played by Daniel Kaluuya and Keke Palmer. They're a pair of Hollywood horse wranglers who are trying to keep their family business afloat after their father, who's played by Keith David, dies in this freak occurrence. The siblings don't buy that it was an accident, and they soon have pretty substantial evidence that it was the work of some extraterrestrial force. So now they want to capture footage of this creature to help create a profitable new legacy for themselves. Everyone here is just delivering great performances. Keke Palmer brings a comedic energy to all the scenes that she's in. Like a lot of young people today, her goal is to be famous and have some type of presence, and she's not really concerned with how she gets there. It can be singing, acting, modeling, or being a stunt woman. She just wants to have some sense of relevance because her character really didn't experience that as a child. And now Daniel Kaluuya, I fucking love this guy. Every time he's on screen, I'm like, this is the coolest dude ever. In Nope, he's very reserved and he doesn't talk too much. You can tell he'd rather spend time observing and collecting his thoughts before saying or doing anything. Kaluuya's performance is amazing because you can see that he's scared, but he's not one to panic. At one point, a creature is right near him, and he's not screaming, he's not panicking, he's not crying, he's not doing anything to provoke this creature that would harm him. You can see that there's horror in his eyes, but he knows how to remain calm and handle a situation. He's scared, but he knows how to survive. Nope is also one of the most gorgeous looking films I've seen in a long time. Peele and his cinematographer, Hoyt van Hoytman, shot it all on IMAX cameras, and it's not a gimmick. They're clearly using the technology to its full advantage. We get these beautiful wide shots of California hills, and you're always looking into the sky trying to see where this creature might be. You know, is it next to the moon or behind a cloud or somehow shrouded in a shadow by a hill? The color palette is also mesmerizing. With horror movies, we're so used to seeing them take place in a dark forest or in a decrepit house where all the scares are covered by blackness. But because Nope takes place in what's essentially a desert, we get this beautiful moonlit blue hue to everything. There's plenty of light, but it's still terrifying. It's as if everything was filmed looking through a sapphire. Peele isn't just about the spectacle. You know, there's always something there to chew on or a lesson to be learned. In fact, this movie has pretty heavy themes on the exploitation of animals, people, and even ourselves, using them as a spectacle for monetary gain. There's the one character, Ricky, played by Steven Yeun. He went through a very traumatic event as a child, but instead of coping with that experience in any meaningful way, he's used it as an avenue to make money. He may not have learned the lesson that he was supposed to, and I think that's a very realistic take on trauma. You know, normally we have these characters that they experience something horrible in their past and they're just instantly wiser and they know everything about the situation now. I will get into a slight spoiler territory here in terms of the creature design and a particular scene with the creature that was very impactful. So if you haven't seen Nope yet, I would suggest you stop watching now. There's a certain scene in this movie that kind of just blew me away. There was a good 20 minutes where I looked at the screen and my face was just unchanged because I was so captivated by what was happening. You know, I looked like this. And I love that. I love when a movie has me so enthralled that it makes me kind of look like I'm paralyzed. There's a scene where a crowd of people are eaten by this creature and you see them going through its digestive system. Being eaten alive is something that really rattles me. I know that I'm likely not going to enter a scenario where that would ever happen to me, but still it terrifies me to my core. The camera focuses on this one random woman in this crowd of 40 people. She's breathing heavily, she's crying, but then she pauses as she's inside this thing's guts and she realizes just exactly how fucked she is. And she lets out this horrific shriek, like it's nothing like I've ever heard before in a movie. The creature design here is one of the most interesting that I've seen in a very long time. I wouldn't say it's my favorite. That probably still goes to The Thing from John Carpenter's The Thing. But the creature in Nope kind of reminds me of The Thing. Not that it's changing forms all the time, but it kind of just has this presence of so many different things. Jordan Peele and the visual effects artist for Nope, Guillaume Rocheron, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, said they wanted to make something that was plausible but not typical. And you see how it's kind of inspired by a lot of aquatic life, like jellyfish and manta rays and big Leviathan type things like Moby Dick. And then by the end of the movie, it starts to look completely different, almost resembling a film camera or something out of the anime Neon Genesis Evangelion. By the ending scenes, it looks like a boss out of a Final Fantasy game. I think Peele is doing something different with horror, and I for one love it. I feel like he's already built this Tarantino-esque air about him. It's a real moment whenever Jordan Peele releases a new movie. There's a lot of excitement and hype because you know you're going to walk into something original and unique, and Nope is no exception. So as you can tell, I really enjoyed this movie. I don't know if I would say it's my favorite Jordan Peele movie. I think that nod still goes to Us, and I know a lot of people didn't really care for that one, but it has a special place in my heart. But let me know if you saw Nope. Comment below, tell me what you thought about the movie. I'd love to hear other people's takes.